What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Doing a quick live stream for this week. If you've been following me on Instagram at Diana Gladney, then you know I am currently busy as this is not my normal setup and things like that. However, trying to get a little bit of community time in here while I am out of my hometown. So super pumped to be hopping on. And then the day of days when it comes to the Canon R5 and R6 being released today is always wonderful and a whole lot of fun to just see and wake up into a new camera being released. So that's always super exciting. So I am thinking instead of the Friday helpcast for Fridays, obviously, that I usually do. I'm not going to be able to do that this week because I'm on a video shoot for this week, and then once I get back in town, obviously I'm going to need to get some rest because I'll need to do some more work at that point. However, hopefully all things are good to go here. Should be coming through audio-wise, video-wise, and all that stuff. Great and wonderful. I'm breaking my own rules, which is live streaming off of Wi-Fi because in all of my planning, I forgot my Ethernet cable. So I guess I could have went to the store and bought one, but you know, it is what it is. So we got Solution Music. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Saying here, thanks for all your effort. Well, my pleasure. Glad that the content has been extremely helpful. I'm always looking to do that. And so also because I know the content this week is a little iffy, just because again, I'm doing a video shoot this week, so I'm out of town, literally on the other side of the country. So this particular setup decided to go ahead and like do a little bit of a how-to in the real world series in the midst of the other vlog content that I'll be uploading as well, just to kind of show if you're coming into a foreign environment, maybe you've moved or maybe you have just trying to set up a new room in your house or something like that, a new space for recording, how to take and analyze the environment to try to figure out what you want your content to look like and stuff like this. This is probably a setup that took me maybe about 10 minutes just to go ahead and dial in all the settings and the look that I want and things like that. So it's super easy to do. It's just a matter of just a few things to look for. So I'm going to be doing that just to kind of help with a few tips on how to just set up your video. And you can do regular videos like this. I'm not using anything special. I didn't bring my podcasting microphones or none of that. So the audio you're hearing is coming out of a shotgun microphone and all the stuff's coming out of the camera and using Ecamm Live, of course. So we got Trio. Is that right? Or am I wrong? So I'm saying, hey, yo, what's up? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Saying Think Media. Oh, yes, I work with Think Media. That's one of my clients, but that's not the shoot I'm on. But yeah, I got this shirt last year when for the Grow with Video Live event. So if you were there live, you would have seen me in the background running the camera. So, but yeah, Think Media, I've been thankfully able to work with them for, it's been a little over a year now. So, but yeah, but you can also get Think Media merch yourself if you want it. But this is where that shirt came from. But yeah, so I'm not doing a Think Media shoot, but I have worked with them and do work with them. So it's pretty cool. True E. Okay, True E. I got it right. Thank you. Or maybe I didn't say it right, but I will now. So, Chocolate Twist Yoga. Good to see you. Glad that you are here. And you need to really change your name to White Chocolate Yoga. You know, just like you just change it up. So let's see, White Chocolate Twist Yoga, or even just White Chocolate Yoga, White Chocolate Twist. Any of those variations are acceptable. So good to see you. Glad you're here. Victor, good to see you. Glad that you are here. Tawana, good to see you. Glad that you are here as well. Saying thanks for all your help. My pleasure. Glad to be of service. And so you're saying, what is my light source? So for this setup, which I'll be doing a video about how I just set this up in about 10 minutes so that you can start live stream, because obviously I'm in my client's, one of the offices I'm being able to borrow. And so I'm going to be working a little bit later today. So it's not nighttime here, but to just set the environment for this kind of a look that I want. Obviously, you can leave the lights on or whatever, but it's just probably take about 10 minutes just to set this up. And so I'll be doing a video about that probably should come out, if not maybe later. Well, that's the thing, like being out of town right now, traveling and all that, I don't know when I'll be able to do content for myself. I'm just trying to record as much, and then I can edit and upload maybe a day or so after the fact. But right now, priorities obviously on my client stuff. So I'm just taking about a 30-minute break right now, and then I'll go back into editing content that I have to do while I'm here for stuff that we shot today. And so light source, though, I say all that to say, is I'm using my same LED light panels that I use, some Viltrox LED lights that are super portable. So I brought all of my stuff here for the shoot with my same defused softbox lights. And the light over there is the light that I reviewed by Andy Sandy. Actually, I didn't review it. I just did like a first impressions kind of a thing. But it's by the Andy Sandy R1. So I eventually need to do a review. But you'll see that in the video. So that's the colored lighting, and I could change that or what have you. And I could have put another color over here, which would require the second LED light. But I'm just like, it'll be all right. So it's just a quick stream. But, you know, it works. So Hollywood Israelite saying, hey, salam sis, hello, good to see you. Said the Sony ZV-1, does it have an auto shut off? Not that I'm familiar with. I don't think it does. I've streamed for, what did I stream for with that camera? Maybe an hour and a half or so, which is obviously well over the 30 minutes. But any camera that generally has clean HDMI out, as long as you go into the power and saving modes in there and you adjust those to like 30 minutes or disable those in any camera, that even if it has clean HDMI out, you won't run into any issues like that. But when I use Sony ZV-1, which is, I'm not right now, but when I use the Sony ZV-1, then yeah, that's not a factor or a problem as far as that's concerned. So Anita Thompson, hello, good to see you, saying, hello, thank you for your help. My pleasure, glad to be of service. So Trui saying, oh, you work for Think Media. I joined their 7 days challenge a while ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, I've been working with them for about the last year or so. But which again, like I said, I got this shirt from when I was, recorded the Growth Video Live, what was that, September last year? And so, but yeah, so I worked with them as they're one of my clients. But beyond that, or before that, I just was a student like everybody else, you know, taking Video Ranking Academy, Product Review Profits. I mean, you name it, I probably own it. So, so that's how I actually got started in video, period. First camera bought ever, watching the YouTube videos. So those YouTube videos and those searches, that's why I say, and I'm gonna make a shirt that says I'm a graduate of YouTube University. Those YouTube videos and YouTube searches and just like all the people that have been influential in that process for me is why I'm here right now. One of the clients that I'm working with now followed his podcast and his content for some years, so I was just like working my job and stuff like that, and here I am in the offices that I have watched on, you know, YouTube and stuff like that for years, and you know, just extremely humbled and grateful to be here. So which is also why I wanted to do a stream. I was like, daggone it, I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna take a 30-minute break. I'm gonna do a stream, do some content and stuff like that. So yeah, man. But the 7-day challenge, though, for Think Media, if you have done that, definitely check it out. I'm sure you can still join. Crystal saying hello, good to see you. Glad that you are here. Tawana saying, you're upset. I just got the M50 and now I want the Sony ZV-1. Well, Tawana, I can tell you, welcome to the club. It appears you have been bit with the camera bug. So the thing is, though, it's like you don't need a new camera, really. And really, you can have plenty of flexibility with the M50. Like I said, I've had mine for, goodness, maybe like 2 years, over 2 years now. And if I never really upgraded, I wouldn't even say upgraded. If I never had a need to upgrade past the M50 because I was doing video work, and that was the thing, the M50 was never meant to do all the things that I was doing with it, nor could it ever really stand the test of time per se. So it's like, it's really just about the flexibility. And so even like vlogging here, first of all, vlogging is not easy. Shoot, I'm sitting here like, man, I got all these bags, I got this camera, I got probably got 50 pounds of camera gear, my laptop bag, there's probably another 12 pounds. It's like when you grab your mama's purse when you little and you just like, you can't hold it, and you like, it's bodies and bricks in there, you are convinced. That's what it feels like. And then I got my phone, it's all shaky and stuff, and it's like I went and resort to using my phone. One, because I'm using my cameras for my shoot and stuff like that. However, it's like I got the Osmo Pocket, but it's just like I ain't even got time to grab that. It's just like boop boop, hit the thing. So that's where like the ZV-1 kind of comes into play. So it's like unless you plan to vlog like for real, I think I love the idea of vlogging. That's what I think I've realized this week. I have learned I love the idea of vlogging. I wouldn't necessarily say a vlogger per se. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say I capture my experiences from time to time, because vlogging is just, listen, that's why I'm saying like it has to be something for a camera for vlogging. It has got to be something like that ZV-1 that fits the bill. But this kind of videos, if this is all I was doing, which is like 99% of my videos on my channel, especially being like an education-based channel, if this is all that I was doing, I would not have really a need more for the M50, because I wouldn't worry about color grading too tough. I wouldn't worry about the live streaming because I use Ecamm Live, so that would have been fine. Any lenses that I would have purchased. And y'all can ask questions real quick, because I'm not going to be able to do a Friday helpcast tomorrow, which is why I'm hopping on now, because I got a minute. But, so if y'all got questions, y'all can drop those down below and I'll get to those. But yeah, it's like, you really don't need that much unless you want to vlog and you know you're going to vlog. That's the only time. So we got Hey waving from Texas. We got Tish Bouvier. Good to see you. Glad that you are here. Mo Nicole saying hello, host and everyone. Hello, good to see you. And Tawana saying, do you have any videos on how to edit and what to use for editing? No, and that's one of the things I'm actually personally lacking on the channel as far as putting out content, which is why I don't want to just stay into the here, buy this thing, buy that thing, or comparing stuff, because that's my personal obsession a little bit. When it comes to the gear side of things, most people never will buy more than one camera, maybe one associate camera if it kind of helps them a little bit more. But really, it's going to be about using their phone more competently in addition to their camera. So I need to get into the YouTube side of tips. I need to get into the editing and stuff like that. So I personally do not yet. If you let me know what you are looking for or something that may be helpful, then I can do that. But I use Final Cut Pro 10 to edit videos, and before that I used Wondershare Filmora for about 2 years, which is extremely helpful. I loved it. It was amazing. I still think it's amazing. It's a lot of editing software and stuff out there. I just like to have something that has a little bit of flexibility. But yeah, I use Final Cut Pro 10, and I need to do the YouTube tips is lacking, and like how to start a channel and that kind of content for entrepreneurs, because it's like, okay, got the equipment now, so how do I do this? Which is something I always have to go over with coaching clients more in depth regardless, but just those basics those need to be published on the channel. So that's like my next focus, that and software for sure. So that'll be encompassed in that. But depending on the who or the what you're trying to use for editing, like if you're on a Mac or if you're on PC, if you have a Mac, then you can use iMovie to start with, and that'll get the basics down. And then if you need something else for, if you're a Windows user, you can try a few other software tools. Like I said, I like Wondershare Filmora, and then you can just kind of move from there depending on what you feel like you need more of or less of in different areas. So let's see here. Julia saying, hey Diana, nice to see you. Well, hello Julia, good to see you also. Anita saying, do you use Stream Deck with Ecamm? I do not. I am a mouse person. So, I mean, like, and then I'm usually this close to my laptop anyway. I don't need extra stuff. The way I look at adding accessories and technology to what I'm doing, it has to fit into a system. A Stream Deck for me personally doesn't, because it's like, oh, but you can have a button set and do this. Why, when I could just click on an icon that's already on the screen? Personally for me, so it takes me away from, because most of my stuff is like one hand on the keyboard, maybe one hand on the mouse, if anything. So it's like I really don't need to add another step in the mix, because it takes up another port, takes up another whatever, reliability and all is so for me personally, no, because I don't have a need for it, and whatever I need to do is something that I'm already operating on here. So that's just my whole thing. Some stuff I say no to when it comes to gear and equipment. Just like everybody's like, oh, are you gonna get the ATEM Mini, or what about this? And it's like, I don't have a need for that kind of stuff. Or like the Rodecaster Pro, it's like, for what? It's like, to do what? And she's like, because you can do everything. It's like, but am I going to do any of those things? So, that's just my thoughts on it. But if you want one, by all means, you can get one if it'll help you. It just depends. I think it's a preference at that point. Catholic Marathon Mother, good to see you. Saying, hello, loved your travel vlog. Why, thank you. Vlogging is hard for me. I am not great at vlogging at all. And most of the time, it's freaking masks right now with the breathing. And I'm just like, listen, this is not, and I ain't no small girl. So I'm like, I got bags, I got me, I'm like, listen. So y'all have a little grace on these vlogs. If they shake, just know we couldn't hold it no steadier, okay? Shoot, because I'm like, everybody be talking about get a gimbal, no. The hell to the no. Small is the way to go when it comes to vlogging, because you just listen. So I'm going to try with some more travel vlogs. I got more content and stuff like that. I just need time to edit and stuff like that. So I probably got another 15 minutes before I call it good. So Ready, Set, Autism family, good to see you. Glad that you're here. Saying, talking to Tawana, saying, believe the Canon M50 has clean HDMI with the web utility. Actually, it's not. Just to clarify, any of these web utilities, like Fujifilm just had one, Panasonic has one, Sony has one coming this summer, so maybe in the next 30 days, especially with new cameras and stuff coming out right now, which I want to dive into a little bit about the R5 and R6 coming out today. It will not give the camera clean HDMI out. You're not even using the HDMI port at all. You're using the USB port. And so that's the difference. So this basically, Canon is doing what Ecamm Live was already doing, which is basically just being able to stream via USB. I have not still installed the USB version for the Canon one on Mac. I shared the one by my buddy Rob Balasabas, but it's like, as far as I know, it's like at 560 6p, so less than HD video. So I don't know, man. I just don't have great energy, great courage around it being amazing, but I think it'll be fine. All right, try to get to some comments. Okay, yeah, talking about the M50. Congratulations. And Tawana saying, I do want to do more vlogging. Well, I can say start with your phone. It will prove to you if you want to do it or not. Because that's one thing. It's like, unless you are like for real, and I say start with your phone because as for the ease of use of it, of just like pulling it out of like your pocket or something like that, and just seeing how you feel about having this. And like last night I was getting dinner from the bar, and I'm sitting down just to kind of like capture some of the bar or whatever. Me doing this, people are kind of used to it. Like if Instagram or whatever. So people are kind of used to seeing your phone. However, you go grab some big camera with a lens and this, that, or whatever, then people stop looking, and it's like the vlogging stops becoming a glance over and just like, oh, okay, they got their phone, versus, oh my gosh, I'm being filmed. So just like I said, just the walking and talking kind of stuff, which, like I said, most of the stuff for the first travel vlog I put out so far has been on my phone, and like I said, little bits here or there. But most of the vlogs will probably be on my phone, just because I'm using my cameras for other stuff. I don't feel like using the Osmo Pocket, and that's where that ZV-1 is calling my name. Do you hear me? I'm the Brown. Good to see your brother, saying howdy, little ladle. Good to see you. Glad that you are here. So Tawana saying, I love live and want to learn to do more vlogging. Yes, it's ain't nothing to it but to do it. Crystal Whiting, good to see you. Glad you're here. Saying Phil Moore is great. I agree. And Helder Martin saying, hi Diana, greetings from Portugal. Well, hello. Good to see you. Glad that you are also here, all the way from literally the other side of the world. Ready, Set, Autism family saying, we just bought a stabilizer for the Canon M50 for vlogging. It's amazing. Yeah, I think it's like, what is it, the something M2, I can't think of what it's called, but it's real. You can get real small for as much as like the Manfrotto Pixies are, which is what my microphone is on right now. But it's like you can use that for stuff. It's like wait, I'm getting distracted. So you can, about that size, you can get stabilizers that are small. But again, it's like in real life usage, for me personally, this is me shaking my head for me. Nah. Even when I'm carrying my Sony, like when I'm got the A6600 or something like that, I'm holding the lens just so I can hurry up and put it back down or whatever. Like the whole get up, long term vlogging consistently, and just like any time that I've done vlogging, I'm hand holding. It's just like it's got to be some level of efficiency. So I guess it's different strokes for different folks for sure. But so you can talk your way to healthier relationships.com. No, just kidding. Good to see you saying hi, Diana. In the chat, just joined the channel, and your videos have been super helpful. Boy, I'm so glad to hear that. So said I have the M50 and preparing to use it to go live. I heard that. Well, go ahead and knock it out the park. So do what you gotta do. So Tawana is saying I'm a diehard Mac user, as am I. So man, ain't nothing like Ecamm Live, I can tell you that right now. Mo is saying I've been using iMovie, but I think I'm going to get Final Cut in September. There are features I want that iMovie doesn't have. That's why I never even bothered with iMovie, honestly. Simply because it's like, again, I want options with my things, doesn't matter what it is, because if I do something, it's like, that's what I'm saying, like, even though we all started knowing nothing about nothing when it comes to all of this stuff, and then you incrementally add on, but if the ceiling stops at like 2 levels above where you're starting at, which is not knowing anything, then it's not a big enough ceiling. I knew nothing about Final Cut. I just was coming over to a Mac. I literally bought a Mac so I could use Ecamm Live and Final Cut Pro 10, and I thought that that would be it. Wind up loving it, switched all the way over. But the thing was, it's like having layers. I'm like, it's not even, iMovie wasn't for me at where Filmora was at, and what I was able to do there. So I'm like, okay, can I pick up from where I left off at with Filmora, and then have space to grow? And then there's tons of tutorials on, you know, whatever you want to use out there on YouTube. So it's like I ain't even bothered with iMovie because I'm like, the stuff that I want to do wasn't there. Oh yeah, Fayutech G6 Max for $229. Yeah, that was the first one. That was the first one that came out that was really good, and that was when I was still using my M50 very heavily, and I considered it. But it's like, where do I go where I would personally need it? So it's like, and that, you know, it's another one that's like $299. So it's like, I don't mind spending money. I just don't. I mind wasting money. For me personally. So do what you gotta do. So Reddy said, autism family saying we are straight PC users, but only because of price. It gets the job done for a lot less money, but instead of return on investment. But here's the thing. I have had more PCs than I have had pairs of socks, it feels like. So it's like, so the price per value comparison stops when I have to buy another PC, or I'm buying more internals to swap. And so like time for me, especially as a creative person, regular users live streaming, maybe streaming content like Netflix, YouTube, watching whatever, like basic processing functions. Most people don't have they're not trying to push their computers for, you know, all the stuff that I would do with mine. But for most people, I think the thing is, it's like, if you know that you are going to need more because you're exploring more options. I went with an older Mac even. I literally just bought a new Mac maybe a couple weeks ago, like literally maybe 2, because you buy it and you can have it for years, and it's still my 2013 Mac that had none of the specs of what I needed for, you know, eventually what I wind up using it for. It held its own. The only reason it wasn't enough is because I'm doing so much more than beyond what I even originally intended for why I bought it. And it still crushes the PC. I could barely do them little tutorials about the screen captures without something going crazy or crashing. It's just like, so for me, it's like, I'll spend the extra money if it's not going to cause me to have to buy another part, or, and, you know, switch the RAM chips and like all that. I ain't trying to be no computer programmer. I'm trying to get out here in these streets, okay, make a video. And let me tell y'all something. If y'all have not been following me on Instagram, then you have missed Okay, you have missed the dessert of the century. It was a white chocolate key lime. There was a key lime white chocolate cheesecake with raspberry drizzle. That is, let me tell you, that is on the buffet in heaven. Do you hear me? I couldn't even finish it, but it was amazing, absolutely amazing. That had no relevance to anything, but I'm just saying. So, um, uh, so you can talk your way to healthier relationships. What is your name? So tell me your name in the comments so I can just call you what your name is. Saying, is there another free website out there besides Canva to grab pics? If you're just trying to get like royalty-free images that are like legit actual royalty-free images, you can go to unsplash.com, unsplash.com. You can go to Pexels, pexels.com, just for like legit finding images that you may want to use. You can use that. Those two are two of my favorite that I use. So Catholic Marathon Mama saying, me nodding at the screen, you're so clear and encouraging. Why, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so Jack Solo saying, how are you getting that purple light? Well, my good sir, or ma'am, I don't know. Who, I think is your guy. Either way, so it is a little Andy Cine R1 light. I had did an unboxing and first impressions a few videos ago, so you could probably find it in the videos tab. But this is that light. It's an RGB light. I guess I could have put another one on the other side, but it's a 10-minute setup, so you know. But yeah, that's what I'm using, the Andy Cine R1 light, which it should be a review coming on the channel about that. I just wanted more time to use it, so I've had it now for about a couple months. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I have a Comica Boom XD. The audio coming, so I'll be able to compare that to my Rode Wireless Goes as well. But it's super dope, like travel wise, super small, all of that. So Johnny DeCali, good to see you, saying I agree. Started taking landscape photos, took a ton of gear on my first 10-mile first 10-mile hike. Never again, small and light is the way to go. And you know what, I talked all about that, and I actually have it in my bag here on my Instagram stories. I do unboxings, live unboxings there sometime. And so when I got this Sigma 16mm lens, it came with some free stuff. So like it was the lens still brand new, but you could get some other accessories like this little airbag and all this extra other stuff. So this is what it was. And so when I tell you this bag is the bee's knees, I took this when I had to do a surprise engagement shoot right before I left St. Louis. And so I took the Sony ZV-1, I took my Sony a6600 with me, and I'm like, I am not carrying my big camera bag with all the things. That's way more than what I would honestly need, and I need to be lean and mean. I took this because it has a blow up, like a literally air mattress quality for the camera insert part at the bottom. Is super lightweight, like some water sealing, like it's like this. I'm like, listen, once I tried that, I was like, you know what? I will shut my mouth the next time I talk about some free stuff on Amazon that comes with the kit. Some stuff, you know, it actually is good or whatever. I have literally used some of everything that came in that kit. So it has come in handy. So I'm going to have to shut my mouth up next time that comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, small and light. So that one is like an airbag. So you're not adding any extra weight, padded weight. You can condense it down when you're done, like you see how small it padded down. But that one is just like a little hiking bag or whatever, super duper thin. So that is like my go-to when it comes to like I need to go do something real quick. I don't need much more than one or two lenses, my one main camera, maybe like I said, something like the ZV-1, which I took on this surprise engagement. Had it sitting in direct sunlight. St. Louis humidity is just non-breathable air essentially. Like 60% humidity, 91 degrees in the sunlight, and the ZV-1 did not overheat. I didn't see no overheating symbol on there either, and had it sitting on the ground on my Manfrotto Pixie. So, but listen, a 10-mile hike, let me tell you something. Your heart probably jumped out and just left you. It just said, screw it, I'm done, not doing it. So Reddy said, Autism Family saying, thanks Diana for clarifying that. Sure thing. for the M50. We found you through Rob. Oh, all right, Rob Belisar, that's my buddy. I'm thinking about bringing Rob on, do some YouTube tips, TubeBuddy tips and stuff like that, because I teach TubeBuddy with all of my clients, literally. It's amazing. Saying that's a bummer. If I live stream, it isn't even 1080p with the Canon. How do we how are we better off using the, wait, do you think we are better off using a GoPro 8 for live streaming in 1080p? No, because lighting will, I could probably drop this down to 720. Well, they don't have 720p in the Sonys, but I could finagle it, get like an M50 or something and use it. The lighting, the lens will always help add to like the crispness and the clarity and stuff like that. And honestly, some people navigate between 480p and 720p when they're watching content on their phone. And like when I look at my analytics, a lot of people watch my content on their phone. So, if they're driving, most people aren't streaming unless they're probably at home or on their Wi-Fi at home, are able to get 1080p, but it's not like, I don't think it'll be super noticeable. It's like a preference and like a standard that you hope. That's why I'm kind of like hoping StreamYard steps it up over 720p. I know right now it's probably even harder than it was before, with everybody needing everything live streaming wise. But I don't think a GoPro is gonna make that much of a difference, because like the sensor is smaller. There's still other factors of having and still using a camera that you can kind of get around some of those different things. So it'll be okay. So yep, it's so easy to vlog with your phone. I'm telling you something, because listen, I was it's like the second day I was here, and so I'm walking out of the now granted, I probably got about 50 pounds on my back of camera gear, lenses, accessories. I had my light kit that's got 2 tripods, 2 light stands, 2 LED light panels, softbox light, condensables in there, straps, cables, cords, extensions, the whole 9, on top of a laptop bag with a journal, and just like, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. I said, we ain't using that one. We ain't going out like that. Not happening. I said, we'll wait till I catch my breath. Take your mask off. Got Whitney Houston lip sweat happening there. It's just frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. Saying hello from Ben in Melbourne. Well, hello, Ben. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Eugene saying hello. Would like to know what you think the best zoom lens for the Canon M50 is. Well, Eugene, good to see you. Glad that you're here. I would say, when you're starting to look at a zoom lens, if you're talking about wanting like a blurry background kind of a thing or what have you, honestly, there really isn't built for the M50 that EFM lens mount. You're going to be looking into one of Canon's more expensive lenses or a third-party option, and it depends on budget. And honestly, that's one of the factors also kind of like that made me navigate away from Canon, because when I look at the price and relevancy of what I'm trying to buy, for quality and such, you're looking at potentially like $500 or $600 if you get something like a Sigma 18 to 35, things like an f1.8, and then you need an adapter for that. So you're looking at adapting Canon lenses at that point. I prefer something like a 16 to 35. Anything like an f2.8 or lower is good in my book, because again, with adequate lighting, a good lens, a good set of glass, then that's what you're trying to use. It just depends on what you're trying to spend. Anything cheaper than that, because I promise you, I have looked at it all. Anything cheaper than that, I don't think is super amazing. Quality-wise, it's not really worth it monetarily-wise. And then cheaper Canon mount lenses that are zooms with maybe an f2.8 that are old, super old third-party lenses, super loud. The autofocusing motor, so you can always hear it unless it's further away. So at that point, it's just worth getting a prime lens that's just the one focal length. So it just really depends. I'll look at some of those 16 to 35 Canon L series lenses, but then again, they may be $800 or $1,200 even for the EF mount for their full frame DSLR cameras and stuff like that. So it just depends on how much you're trying to spend, because at that point, again, it's like, is it really worth it for what you're trying to do? So, Twan is saying, can you get unlimited use out of the M50 if you use the powered battery, or does that still stop recording? No, and it's like, again, I don't know where that's coming from, because I've heard it so many times. The power options have nothing to do with whether or not you can stream longer than 30 minutes, unless you're just talking about like your battery dying or something like that. But the 30-minute timer thing with the M50 is going to be based on, and I'm probably going to wrap up here in a second. Oh crap, I'm going to answer that in just one second. We'll be right back after these messages. We have a super chat from Mo saying, thanks for the chat and your videos. Well, thank you so much, Mo. I appreciate that ever so much. So thank you for giving from your home to mine. So I appreciate that. So, so when it comes to like the recording of 30 minutes internally in the camera, there is nothing that you can do to get around it because it's built into the camera. The only ways around that is if you're like live streaming. So like y'all are seeing the footage from my camera going through Ecamm Live. So when I would record and do trainings and stuff like that, I'm not recording in the camera. I'm recording through Ecamm Live. So it's just piping in that feed, and Ecamm Live is recording that on the computer, not internally in the camera. So that is the only way I have been able to get around the recording limit, because at that point I'm not recording in the camera. It's attached to my computer, and at that point Ecamm Live is doing the recording of the image coming out of the camera, if that makes sense. So there's not anything that you can do internally to get around that recording limit at all. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the 30-minute going to sleep thing, that's an HDMI issue, which I've talked about the M50 ad nauseum for training videos. So it's tutorials on the how to do that. You just look at the playlists. It's probably the easiest way. Look at the Canon M50 live streaming playlist as far as that's concerned. So recording internally, no way around that. Live streaming, you can kind of, not even live streaming, but using a live streaming setup, you can get around that. So Alan, the middle-aged guy, sent Alan from Belfast. Hey, I kind of, you know what? Let's stop the show for about 2.2 seconds because I am a fan of Belfast simply because of the Peaky Blinders. Okay, so I'm just saying this. I love your work. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Can the ZV-1 go straight to Ecamm on a MacBook Pro USB-C? Yes, it can. I don't know if that, I don't remember if it was a USB-C on, I don't think it was a USB-C on the ZV-1. But yes, and I didn't get a chance to do a video about that. But yeah, it natively, the same way you can just use your USB cable with your Canon M50, you can now use the Sony ZV-1 via USB. And I was able to test it, but I had like it was like late night testing, and I wasn't finna upload that. I got like hair clips because I was getting my dreads retwisted, and one wasn't quite dry. So I got like these silver clips in my hair, and I was retwisting it and stuff like that. And I was just like, yeah. So I tested it. I just can't show you the footage, okay, for ego's sake, but it works fine. I will say when you're in photo mode, you should be able to still get the same quality, but it should mitigate what I was seeing with like a slight delay in the footage for whatever reason in video, and I just didn't have the camera long enough to keep trying it a bunch of times, but it worked on both. But I would say if you're in like a photo mode and you still use the same kind of settings you would use for video and all of that, then you should be good as far as live streaming. And it looked good, looked great, no delays, no latency or nothing like that. So you can use an Ecamm Live. And then Sony is supposed to be releasing a USB option kind of thingy. And then I gotta go, so I'm over my time. But then Sony's supposed to be releasing something similar to the Canon EOS utility, so Sony should have something natively to use that ZV-1 via USB and some other probably more recent, I'd probably say the 6400 on up even, but who knows, we'll see. Okay, Reddy said, I was just saying, we totally agree with you about the size of the equipment for vlogging. That's why we love the GoPro with the right settings. It is nothing beats small stuff for live streaming, like not live streaming, but for just this right here. This is all we need. These, if you can't do this with your vlogging contraption like you can with the phone and just move it around, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It's like we watch Peter McKinnon and all the greats and Casey Neistat and whomever else, favorite bloggers, and it's just like it ain't happening. It's too big, it's too heavy, and then it's just like going out to eat and you're like, well, where do I sit it? Now you got this big camera laying on your lap. It's funny. So Julia's saying, sorry if I missed this, but why Final Cut rather than Premiere, still using iMovie and looking for options? I would say because, again, I was coming from Final Cut, not coming from Final Cut, I was coming from Wondershare Filmora, and for the simplicity, but with more options and features and stuff that I was able to have with Filmora, I could get that with Final Cut Pro 10 and not have to deal with some of the silly stuff when it comes to Adobe. One, I don't like monthly subscriptions for stuff like that. Let me pay a higher price tag and just be done with it. I don't want it, so it's a one-time thing, and you don't have to worry about constantly paying for that or paying for upgrades like with Camtasia, because I first started off on that, and that sucked. And it's super old school looking. There's no plugins to kind of help add and build to it. So it's just an old, dated, nasty dinosaur. And so left Camtasia, went to Filmora. And so when I was looking at Adobe or Final Cut Pro 10, when I looked at Final Cut Pro 10, it's as easy as I wanted it to be. It's like, how fast can I record a video, take that memory card, put it in my computer, start editing it, and like upload the video same day. Because when I'm doing stuff like this, I don't have time for a very extensive process. A lot of times when I'm doing videos, if I'm not batch recording content, I'll have an idea that I worked out and researched and all that, record it that morning. Within an hour or 2 hours, that video is live on YouTube. So it's like I wanted something that's as simple as I need it to be, but has a big ceiling to have more options, plugins, and stuff like that. And I like to be able to just, I see something, I click on it, and I move it around in the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing a whole bunch of stuff. And so with but with Adobe, not only is it monthly, not only is it just silly with doing simple stuff. It's like, okay, I see this box or this image, I want to move it over here. We gotta go negative on the x-axis or the y-axis, and then go point. It's just like I was like, I just want to click on it. That was one of the biggest things, the fact that I could just see an image, click on it, and move it, or move the text physically on the box like I could with Filmora. Because it's like, that saves time. So I look at a lot of efficiencies for the value and stuff like that. Again, a one-time fee, I think it was like, what, $2.99? So yes, an investment, but I've more than made that back on my channel, coaching clients, jobs, stuff like this, production jobs, super chats, hell, just, I mean, you name it, you know what I'm saying? And just y'all supporting through the affiliate program and stuff like that. So it's just like, I will eat that cost up front to save me time, money, energy, and all of that stuff. And so, I felt like the learning curve was less. Kyle, you're saying, Diana, I could not use the Canon webcam utility with my Surface Pro X. I bought an Elgato knockoff on Amazon and it streams well. I'm not familiar with the Surface Pro. I know it's a Windows thing. So I'm not familiar with that. If it has to have a certain user interface and all of that stuff when it comes to that. So, okay. I'm punching for time. Let me see how many comments. I have a lot of comments left. So let me speed it up. First of all, let me stop. Okay, we'll be right back after these messages. We're going to delay away from the questions. I just want to let y'all know we have a hater in our midst. Okay, I expect y'all to dog this person out at your earliest convenience. We have Jordan, okay, who I must let y'all know harasses the hell out of me. Jordan's a friend of mine, so don't harass her. Jordan harasses the hell out of me on Instagram. Every time I say something about white chocolate, she got to say something about dark chocolate. Every time I say something about my love and joy, okay, about the occasional times I eat something with white chocolate, she has something to say. So I'm just saying, if y'all see her starting stuff in the comments, just know, okay, just know she started it first on Instagram. Good to see you, Jordan. Glad that you're here. Okay, let me go to, oh my God, first of the comments. So, Reddy said, autism saying the M2 crane is the other stabilizer. Yep, that I was talking about. That's right, absolutely right. For PC, since it can be a variety of brands, it comes down to brand. I have so many laptops because you use old ones that are still running. They're slow, but a quick format, and it's, nope, not doing it. There's no efficiency in PC. It's not happening. It's just like, nope, it don't work. It don't work, and that's why it's like you got 50 billion machines, and goodness, great, you could build computers, and they you just ain't happening. Ain't convincing me. But I'm glad you found a setup that's something that you like. Um, Easily Excellence. Hello, Diana. Well, hello. Saying I need your help, or I need help setting up my YouTube channel page. What's your email address for pricing? Thanks. Well, for coaching, it depends on what you're talking about. If you just have like a one-off session, like a 1 or 2 hour session, that's on the website. You just go to dinagladney.com and you can go there to the Work With Me page, and it should be an option there where at the bottom of that page you can schedule a quick chat. Because if it's something I could just like literally help you out like 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, I just rather help you so you can be on your way, okay? If you legit are talking about coaching, then that's different because it's more than just like setting up a page. If you're talking about like getting and doing research and all the things that go into like launching a channel and incorporating like video content for YouTube and all of that stuff. So that's different. So, but depending on what you need help with specifically, you can go just to the Work With Me page on my website and then go from there. So Ruth, well, hello, Ruth. Nice to get your name. So now I know. Okay. Chocolate Twist Yoga saying you're right. White chocolate has. I didn't come here for this. And live stream is over. Live stream's over. This is why. Because I know it's probably a typo in there. I just feel like it's a haterade move. That's all right. I'm gonna get back to work here in a minute. I'm gonna skip your comments for the next 3 live streams. Never heard of the stream deck. This is very cool. Cool. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's something if you want, or not to use. Saying, wow, I love your answer on the GoPro. That makes a lot of sense because the GoPro is horrible with indoor lighting. For sure. My pleasure. Your feedback, realitytv.com. Good to see you. Hello there. You do such a great job on helping people out in media. Well, thank you so much. Try to be as helpful as possible. Julia saying we plugged the M50 into the mains to live streaming for longer than 30 minutes. I'm guessing you mean like not HDMI, but an AC power adapter. I do the same. Hello, Diana. Hello, BAIMTV.com. Saying, hello, Diana. Love your videos. You have helped me so much. Well, I'm so glad that the content has been helpful for you. So let's see. Saying, why on my M50 it goes black after a while on live streaming? If you're connected via HDMI, then you're dealing with that 30-minute timeout limit there. So if you're using USB, I don't know. Because I've done up to 6 hours without any issues. I just literally got tired and said screw it. So let me know if that's USB or HDMI. But if it's HDMI, then that's why. How can I connect with you? I can use your help on lighting. Well, on the live help cast, it's usually on Fridays. I'm not going to be able to do one tomorrow because I'm out of town, which I am well over my time, but I'll edit back in the room, I guess. But the help cast is the best thing for that. You can hit me up on Instagram at Diana Gladney. If it's just a quick something or whatever, it's just like, what have you. But again, it's like kind of got to limit that for the what. So I would say start with the video that I did on how to find your look. It's literally the only thumbnail that's not my face. It's Cantus, which is a black bald dude. So you'll see him on there. So just check the How to in the Real World series. Start there. I talk a lot about lighting there. Now, if that does not solve your issue and there's still something else, hit me up on Instagram and we'll go from there. So Julia is saying, yes, I don't like monthly subscriptions. Neither do I. Saying thanks from Scotland. Of course. Saying yes, we're using Premiere and it hasn't been the best. We did get them down to $17 a month, but what about DaVinci Resolve? If you have the processing power for DaVinci Resolve, which I think is a little bit less now, and you can handle the learning curve. My thing is like stuff that starts with a high or big learning curve is problematic because you can't simplify it more. I like things that are very simple or can be very simple, and then you can add on layers of complexity if you want to, but it's not required for you to like crank out a video. From when I tried DaVinci Resolve, probably like 2 years ago or more, it just was like, I was just like, no. So apparently it's supposed to be better, but I mean, it's up to you if you try it or not. Coming from Final Cut Pro, I would highly recommend Premiere Pro over Final Cut Pro, and we're not reading the rest of this comment because, no, just kidding. What's up, James? Good to see you. Saying, yes, Final Cut Pro is easier, but Premiere Pro is super easy and faster once you get over the small. It ain't no small learning curves. It's 83,000 of them, okay? 83,000 learning curves don't equal this. Well, it's a little, no, it's 83,000 of them. So, no, James, it's not easier. But it's like, I guess it depends on the person. Some people love it, some people hate it, and vice versa. I am not one that can subscribe, literally, to Adobe Premiere Pro. Hello, Miss Eileen. Good to see you. Saying hello, everyone. Good to see you. Glad that you are here. Eileen saying, Diana, what does a quick community live chat look like? I am still trying to decide that because I said maybe about 15 to 30 minutes, guys, and we're about 50 minutes. So I don't know how to tell time, apparently, and pushing back my own work schedule for today. So I don't know. It's just a word that we can redefine in these trying times. So I have no idea. Clearly, I have quick is not in my dictionary in my mind, so I am not sure. Rob Balasop is the man of the hour. Good to see you, Rob. We were just talking about you, saying, hey, Diana. Hey, what's up, Diana? Good to see you, Rob. We was actually talking about you a little bit earlier. So, your feedback, reality TV, saying, what camera and lens are you using right now? Love it. This is, it almost sounds like a rap album that I was starting with, but this is the Sony a6600, a Sigma 16mm lens at f1.4, even though I'm really close to the wall, which ideally I would move the desk, but this ain't my office, so I ain't moving nothing. So lighting and all of that, or what you said, camera and lens, so that's what I'm using, a6600 and the Sigma 16mm f1.4, which the hype is real. Okay, it's not too many things where I can say, oh, you know, it ain't all this crap. The hype is real on the Sigma 16. Saying, so Rob saying, there's a typo in there. No worries. Here's the thing. I need new glasses anyway, so I read the typos right. So it don't matter. So Tawana saying she loves her stream deck. Awesome, awesome. And BAIMTV, I don't know why it's so hard for me to read, but saying, by the way, I did purchase the data cable you recommended for the M50, and it works great with Ecamm. I am setting up a chat meeting with you now. Ah, okay. Well then, look forward to chatting with you. That should probably, I think I got some sessions next week available. It's just like the 15-minute quick chats, and then the week afterwards, I believe. So, look forward to chatting with you. So, oh no, Rob is going to catch us hanging out with you instead. Don't tell him. Okay, everybody be quiet. Turn the lights off. Close the blinds. Did y'all ever used to do that growing up? Somebody come by your house that didn't call, and your mom was like, turn the TV down. Close the blinds. So, Premiere Pro is so hard to me. Me too. Hell, I ain't even trying to learn it. It's like, can you do tutorials on Premiere Pro? No. And more no. So Rob saying, I'm a fan of Diana just like all of y'all. Oh, well, thank you. Rob, had you saw me yesterday, you would have seen me rocking my Tube Buddy shirt all across Spokane, Washington. And so, saying good to see you guys here. All right. I just wanted to be here for support. Why, thank you, Darylyn. You are always appreciated. Holy moly, we got a super chat. We'll be right back after these messages. We have a super chat from Miss Eileen Smith saying, a quick super chat. Love you. Quick don't exist there, apparently. And even my videos, it'd be like, I'm like, oh yeah, I got notes for a 5-minute video. And 25 minutes later, it's just like, what was I even saying? How did I find those many words? How? So videos that are less than 6 minutes, I really, really tried very hard to get that. It'll be like, okay, how can I say this better? That is most of the takes in my videos. How can I say this better? Saying, Rob saying, I'm so jealous of your recent trip on a plane. I miss flying. Thanks for vlogging it. I have so many other clips of poor vlogging that is coming to the channel, to the theater near you. So it's been a lot of fun. I was concerned with how things might be as many times as I have flown, I can tell you the airport and the planes are as clean as they have always should have been from them. Like as soon as we land and they pull up the little ramp thing or whatever, they're cleaning the air. They got a crew coming on, look like hazmat suits, and they're cleaning the air and all the nut buttons and the knobs and all this extra other stuff. Thank you. It was for the first time ever, it was no weird smells on any plane. That never happens. Even like the little section that you always get to see, and I'm like, you know what, this is the way to live. We just never need to let the airport go back to previous days. So extremely pleasurable experience. I had a layover in Las Vegas, and the airport there, like, they got the casinos and all that stuff, like, already in the airport. As soon as somebody would get up from gambling at one of the stations or whatever, you got somebody coming in, wiping it down, the chairs, all of that. So the airport need not ever go back from its level of cleanliness. But more vlogs definitely coming. Hey, sister, what's up, Dr. Cozy? Good to see you. Glad that you are here. So Chocolate Twist Young saying, please host a challenge for the fall. Pretty please. A challenge. Very interesting. We'll have to do an Entree Woman TV challenge. I'll have to think of something because, yeah, we'll think about something. Maybe I'll do some prizes and stuff like that. I actually had just did which I should do at some point on the channel. I need to, and announce for the channel. And I'll just announce it now. So in my email community, I'll do stuff that's only for the email community. So if you ain't on it, get on it. So I gave away some Ecamm Live Pro subscriptions for the year. And so I gave away 3 of those this last week before I left. So it's just like a full annual account of Ecamm Live Pro. So I'll probably do like maybe, if I do something for the fall, which will be right around the corner, maybe I can throw some of those in, do a bundle of like different stuff. Maybe I'll give away a gimbal, a small one or something. So I don't know, let me think on that. I'll figure something out. But yeah, definitely do some of that there. Hello from Peru. Well, good to see you. Glad that you're here. Thanks for the tips on the Canon M50 and Ecamm Live. Well, my pleasure. Glad to be of service. I just saw that my elbows were on the desk, and I must make sure that I'm not ashy. Got a little ash there, and I did put lotion on, so I can't be held responsible. And so, saying TREMENDEUX saying I use the M50. Don't have a capture card. The latency is lame. Well, get a better USB cable. Most people don't know, and even I had to learn this, different USB cables for live streaming, if you're transferring video, does make a difference. That's what I was saying, like, go with something that came with your phone. Chances are, if it works for your phone for transferring data, especially like a more recent one, then it'll work for your camera. The other reason, is because, and I gotta go. The other reason is because, and I'm gonna try to get those last couple comments, is because, what is it? I lost my train of thought. I started thinking about coffee. So the other reason is because of something that I don't recall. But if you use a phone, a cable that came with your phone, chances are the data is good for that. Another good source is if you have like Amazon Fire Stick or something like that. Those are used to transferring data and stuff like that as well. So try that cable. But different USB cables transfer data differently, so you do want one that has like good transfer rates. And there's really no way to know if it's like a great one or which one is better than this one, because there's no real markings on the cables that I'm aware of to really identify that. But try a better cable. When I tried something else that I found around the house, it sucked and it was worse. So if you're getting some kind of latency via USB, definitely give that a go. Alicio Way, good to see you, brother, saying I heard your voice at the end of a Think Media ad, and I see you have on the shirt, are you on the team? What's your role? Good stuff, by the way. Yes, you did. You would have heard my voice. It's funny you said that nobody catches it. So I am one of the micro editors on the team, and so I did some production work for them last year, which is how I got this shirt at the Growth Video Live event last year. And then, so I've been their micro content editor since I quit my job. So, so yes, so you will have seen me on an ad. It initially wasn't supposed to go like that. I was just like, it's a demo, okay? Have somebody else say it, have Heather say it. So, but no, it's like, oh no, we like it. And I was like, all right, we'll see. So you're the only person that knows that. So nobody else has caught it. Ready said, Austin said, Rob, we told you, Diana. We told Diana you brought. Okay, got y'all here. Okay, have you had a chance to work with the Canon EOS utility? Nope, have not even messed with it. Yeah, Dr. Coates, he on my email list. He won one of those Ecamm Live yearly subscriptions. So proof is in the pudding. Get on it. TED Talks Base, nice name. Say your videos helped make my M50 decision bought from your affiliate link. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know what a quick live stream is, but we're at an hour, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. Saying, Johnny saying, thanks for the live stream. Enjoy the weekend. You also. Everyone have a great weekend. Saying, great. Saying, hey, late to the party, but better late than never. Blessings to you, sis. Well, thank you, sir. Good to see you and glad that you are here. Saying, man, I needed that yearly subscription to Ecamm. Got to be a part of the email community. I'm going to do one for the channel, though, as well. But I just don't know the when. I'm trying to work all the details for everything out. This was supposed to be 30 minutes, and we have done another 30 minutes. So I'm not going to be able to do the live helpcast tomorrow either. It's probably not going to be until I get back to St. Louis next week and stuff like that. So let's collab on a live soon. Yeah, for sure, Rob. I meant to hit you up today because I had some video ideas I want to throw your way, so which would require the great Rob Balasaba's help. So for sure. So yeah, we definitely need to chat for sure. Tremendous saying, you not ashy. Hey man, you never know the way the light shine. You kind of hit that, but you see how like you get the marks or whatever. It's like you got to make sure. So you just do all your videos like this. You never let them see you slipping. You know, can't bring your elbow, got to hide it in the shadows or something. So, Dr. Cole is saying, got to run. Have a good one, Diana. You as well, sir. Have a good day, good weekend. So, okay, I'm leaving also. So, I got to finish working and leave the office because it's 3 o'clock. So I'm gonna wrap up and finish my work at the room. But for this setup, there will be a video on how I set this up very simply. About 10 minutes is what it took for me to just kind of think of what I want and then just put it together. So, which is slightly mimicking what I already do at home. So it'll be a video on this one light, one main light, the little accent light there, my camera, and then computer, whatever. So you can do this portable and on the go. So that video will be coming out to a theater near you. But with that, guys, classy Ashy. Oh, y'all ain't finna Joan on me now, okay? You ain't about to Joan on me. I can tell you that right now. That's St. Louis slang for cracking jokes about, for those that don't know. And people always ask, like, well, who's Joan? No one knows. No one knows. Saying, let's do it. Absolutely. Saying, thanks, Diana. Always a pleasure, Rob. And, oh, Adam, you're just getting here. We're leaving now. We're leaving. Adam, where were you at? You missed the barbecue, man. You missed the barbecue. Saying, Julia, thanks, Diana. Have a good weekend. You also. So, you guys will definitely have to reconnect the videos, vlogs in between. Try to get some videos from this week on the channel eventually, within the next week or so. But seemed like the live stream went good, even though I'm using Wi-Fi, which is one of the cardinal sins of live streaming. But I forgot my Ethernet cable in St. Louis, and I was not gonna buy one. So, all right, y'all. So that's where I'm gonna leave the live stream. I will catch up and connect with y'all later. TremendeuX saying, we say ribbon in New Orleans. Country folk. I'm telling you, I love the South though. Best place. And so, had to cut the grass. No excuses, Adam. You see me going live, you stop the grass cutting. Leave half the lawn uncut. No, just kidding. All right, y'all. Take care. Appreciate you immensely. Y'all have a good day, good week, good weekend. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.